What's going on, YouTube? Origin here. About to give you guys my thoughts and first impressions on the new Medal of Honor Warfighter game. Just bought it last night, played it for about 4 hours till 4 in the morning, and I'm not so impressed at right now. Hopefully it'll get better, but as it sits right now, it feels almost like a free-to-play game. It just feels weird. Guns feel cheap. They sound cheap, but I mean, it could be just because everybody is using the same starter weapons and they all suck and they all sound like shit, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some gameplay, and we'll talk about the different things like kill streaks and classes, graphics, sound, whatever. Let you guys know what I think about it. And if you have any questions about anything particularly, just comment below and I'll do what I can to answer them correctly, hopefully. Alright, so here's like respawn screen. You're waiting to spawn. You can choose a buddy spawn or a fallback point. Most of the time you're waiting for your buddy. If he's under fire, you can't spawn on him, which is cool. I mean, that was one of the things that bothered me about Battlefield, is you're killing a guy and then the next thing you know, his buddy spawns out of his ass when he kills you. As far as the graphics are concerned, I'd say they're pretty good. They don't feel like they're as good as Battlefield 3 on ultra settings. I was playing with ultra settings last night. The video here's, I think, high settings. Just give me a little better frame rate for recording, but ultra settings didn't seem that ultra like on Battlefield 3. You put it on ultra, it's like, oh my god, this is awesome. You put it on ultra on Medal of Honor, and it's just like, oh, this is cool. No, it doesn't feel as good. I know they're not the same game, but they're made on the same engine, so you'd think they'd be on the same level. And as far as the sound effects go, overall I'd say they're pretty good. Some of the guns sound really cheap. Like, I think the starter weapons, I don't know if they come with suppressors on or what, they sound really cheap, like they're shooting through tin cans or something, real tinky sounds. But overall it sounds pretty good. A little bit less than the quality of Battlefield 3, I would say, but they're still pretty damn good. Go ahead and let the video play here and you can listen to some of the sound effects. Hey, see, the sounds aren't too bad in this game. They're pretty good. The next thing I want to show you guys is the user interface, which I think is just awful. It's like watching a three-legged midget hump a donkey. You know, you have no idea what you're actually seeing in front of your eyes. It's confusing as shit. It's not very intuitive. This is fast forwarded. I mean, I spent like 3 minutes trying to figure out how to change my guns. It said I unlocked something. I'm trying to figure out how to get to it. Here I'm customizing my weapon. You don't have a whole lot of unlocks. You know, I just started, so. The user interface overall is just awful. I can't stand it. It's confusing. I can't figure out where the hell I'm doing, how to spawn, how to change my nation, my class. You know, it's confusing as hell. Then again, I didn't follow any kind of tutorial, didn't play single player, so maybe that's the problem. Go ahead and take a few seconds to talk about the kill streak rewards. Every time you get a few kills, you know, you get a kill streak reward, just like Call of Duty. You get an offensive and a defensive one, and they change per class. Like the support gunner has offensive is a blackout gunner. You call it in, you jump in the gunner seat, which you guys see here. And the defensive one is, you call it a smoke screen. I don't see a whole lot of purpose in the defense smoke screen thing. I mean, unless I'm playing an objective map, but most of the time I played team deathmatch, so I didn't have any use for it. The kill streaks, like this Blackhawk, it just seems like this thing is garbage. I mean, you call it in, by the time you actually get into the gunner seat, because you just kind of teleport into it once it gets there. By the time you actually get into it, the thing's almost dead and you're getting shot. I don't know if you can tell it where to go or if it just goes randomly, but it seems to be just random. You call it in and it goes somewhere and it just sits there and waits. And you just pretty much end up dying. You're sitting there getting shot the whole time. I also don't like the way the thing looks. The rotor on it looks like shit to me. I don't know. I wish they would have just taken a Battlefield 3 helicopter straight out of that game, just plopped it in, and you get in that motherfucker and shoot shit. The other kill streak reward I got was the artillery barrage. You basically pull out, it looks like a soul flame from Battlefield 3. You pull that out, bring up the sights, click, and it calls the artillery barrage in, blow some shit up. And the other one was a UAV bomber type thing where you launch it up in the air and you switch to the UAV camera view. And then you can click on it, and I guess it dive bombs. I didn't get to use it because I die here, which you'll see in a second, but it looks pretty cool. There are several different type of game modes to play, and they're all named weird. Like, there was one called Home Run, which was, it seemed like a capture the flag type game, but you could only die once in it, so it was weird. But then there's a standard team deathmatch. There's a rush game type, you know, where you go blow up the crates, except they call that one something different too. There's a couple of different ones that I didn't get a chance to play, which I'll try in the future. Overall, I'll keep trying the game. Right now, I'm not too pleased with it. I wanted it to be a lot better than what it was. Just, I don't know, something about it doesn't turn me on. One of the coolest things I like about it is when you win or lose, it shows the two best players on the team in a little cutscene, you know, high-fiving or whatever they're doing. Pretty cool. Well, that about wraps up my first impressions video for Medal of Honor Warfighter. I'll try to do a more in-depth review in the future. Let me know what you think. If you got any comments or questions, just post them below and I'll get back with you guys. Thanks for watching.